Hello and welcome to another edition of Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show that goes by the name of Good Morning Pattaya. I'm your host, Nick Pendrell, and joining me as usual is my regular partner in crime and sidekick, Mr. Dave D.
Good morning, Nick. How are you? Nice and sunny outside. Made it here this morning on time. Nice to see you guys.
Well done, well done. And we have our first repeat guest of Good Morning Pattaya, so I hope you feel privileged that
Sure, yes.
you did well enough that we've invited you back.
Thank you very much.
It's Cees from Town and Country Property. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Morning, Cees.
Thank you. Good morning, Dave.
So, you're a man of many talents and a man who wears many, many hats, aren't you?
Not today.
Not literally speaking, no.
No, yes.
That would look a bit weird.
Yes, I'm multitasking.
Multi-talented, multifaceted.
No.
But most people, apart from as the head of Town and Country Property, you're probably best known in Pattaya today as the organiser of Movers and Shakers.
Perhaps, yeah.
Perhaps. I think I'm right. And I think we've got another one coming up quite soon, haven't we?
Yes. A new sidekick, so to say. Probably inspired by events like old chamber events, because the chambers of commerce, they do things like that. Is an independent network bash. I'd love to call it a PR network,
right,
organized by 10 of the leading independent event organizers in Thailand.
Right.
And so I came up with the idea and I asked them, and to my surprise, they all said yes.
All right.
And they're actually all individual, quite strong on different levels. Because, for example, Huba Thailand, which is one of them, they specialize in IT and startup companies.
Right.
They've got a lot of young Thai IT kids and whiz kids, up and coming. Bangkok entrepreneurs, Calling Cast Asia. There's quite a few groups, and each individual group is able to pull in 200, 300 guests on its own.
Wow.
And now there's 10 of them. So we're going to
good grief,
organize an event which is called Try Out and Find Out. And it's scheduled on Friday, the 22nd of August, at the very high-so Kudeta, so to say, which is on Satorn, with offering beautiful panoramic views over town.
Yeah.
And in this particular case, it's quite exciting because Kudeta has recently been sold to Louis Vuitton.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to do a complete remake and overmake of their facility, and will be the first one to crack the case there.
I hope it's I hope they finish on time.
I hope so too.
Give everyone a paintbrush and help out.
Yes.
Going to Movers Shakers case, I mean, how many of those have we done here in Pattaya now?
In Pattaya. We've done the annual events, so that's about 4 in Pattaya, and probably around 6, I think, in Pattaya, individual events on a quarterly basis.
What do you think as the organiser of Movers and Shakers? I mean, the overall picture that you see that's, come away from all the events that you've ran. I mean, do you think that you would call it a massive success, or would you call it, it went the way that I wanted to work? Or what's your perception of Movers and Shakers now?
It's
you've ran a few.
My personal idea is that the surprise really, for me, was tucked away in Bangkok.
Okay.
I would say that the Pattaya events are more or less what you expect from them.
Okay.
Because before that I did Lighthouse Club, and so it's a little bit similar.
Yep.
Because we don't do it on a sequence like every month.
Right.
It stays a little bit exclusive for Pattaya, so it's doing well. But the Bangkok events give it a different niche.
Yeah.
And the different niche in Bangkok is that with all respect for the hotel industry in Pattaya, but there are so many beautiful, outstanding hotels in Bangkok. And the fact that we're often invited to organize an event there when the hotel just opens, like the new Hilton, the new Holiday Inn. We were the first one ever network that did an event at St. Regis. So you come to see that many beautiful outstanding properties, and it makes you realize how fortunate we are to be in Thailand, really.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I took my family to Europe last year, I mean, an average 2-star hotel is more expensive than a luxury 5-star in Bangkok. And
Taking away the sort of hotel side of it. I mean, you know, we've got the guys who are here in Pattaya, all the business guys that are in Pattaya, and you've got all the guys in Bangkok that are there. I mean, how did the sort of the cross business work?
That works very well. There's a clear, transparent bridge, an imaginary bridge between the Eastern Seaboard and Bangkok. You see a lot of Bangkok businesses that have an interest in, let's say, a Pattaya branch, or the other way around. If you look at my own business properties, you see the big, you know, developers like LPN, Lumpini, Q House, Fragrance Group. They all come to the Eastern Seaboard finally, which is a bit of a surprise, because when I asked them, wow, why didn't you come on the burst of the bubble when it's on its peak, you know, like 2, 3, 4 years ago, whatever, you know, it was, we were too busy doing other projects in the rest of Thailand. So it's a pretty straightforward answer.
What do you think out of the movers and shakers? And you do a lot of kind of events, and you're a man that's got, like Nick says, many hats. I mean, what's the biggest satisfaction that you get from doing an event like movers and shakers?
Well, it helps me to grow my own network, to be honest. And I'm always very pleased to know a lot of people from different backgrounds, to meet individual creative people or whatever, people that really got their heads screwed on. And, you know, it's rather than to judge a book by its cover, is to really personally know many of the players on the market. And no matter what you're heading, you know, a cleaning company or a big IT business or a project development company, it doesn't really matter, because I'd like to meet the individual, you know. So everybody has his own qualities, and the personal advantage is, apart from growing my own network, which obviously is good for my own business as well, is that you do let's say, a soft side of things more in corporate social responsibility, because, as you know, Movers and Shakers is a not-for-profit type of organization, so we do a lot for charity. I've got an 8-year-old son, and, you know, I often tell Chester, you know, how lucky he is to, you know, have a roof on top of his head.
But you've helped a lot of people over the years, Cees. I mean,
I did,
you know,
yes.
I mean, you know, the Lighthouse, the Movers and Shakers. I mean, you've brought in your own different ways, and everybody that's been to the events have brought a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Yes, I think so.
And I mean, you know, that's got to be a massive self-achievement.
It's a very enjoyable way to give your contribution to charity, so to say.
And good teamwork.
And good teamwork. Yes, yeah.
Great.
So this big event that you have coming up in August, you say that all of these groups have their own mixers that can get 200 people. So what are you going to do if 2,000 people turn up?
Well, the venue would be too small as a starter.
What is the capacity?
The capacity is around 1,000.
Oh, right. So you can get
so it's a big venue, and we don't use a lot of space because it's a casual type of function. So it's not a sit-down dinner or something like that. But I don't really anticipate on 1,000 guests. No. But, you know, I would say at least 300 to 500.
That's a big event. Do you know if there have been any other mixers on quite such a large scale as this in the past?
No.
So you're really breaking the mould into uncharted waters.
I like to do things like that.
No. And it must be a huge amount of work organising something like this. Do you have do you handle it all yourself, or do you?
No, I've got a team that's doing it really, and sometimes I go to venues in Bangkok where we are scheduled for an event that I've never been to.
Right.
So no, we've got a small team that's doing it, but to be honest, if you do it on a repeated basis and you do it in such format that, you know, it's not too much of a hands-on, things go quite fast and smooth, to be honest.
Yeah.
And for example, now the new event or the next event in Pattaya, we are moving from Holiday Inn Hotel Havana Bar to the new Siam at Siam Hotel.
On 27th?
On the 27th of this month, Friday. And I mean, the whole process of the intake, the inspection of the property, the instructions and the brief to the management took no more than a few hours, and it's done.
That's good.
So the news is out, and
I think people
we'll see.
sometimes, Case, so when you do a Movers and Shakers and you say, oh, we're having it at, for example, the Havana. I mean, okay, it's good, and people go there and they see it, and you say, oh, we're having it at the Havana again, so they know and they sort of expect it. I think the benefit, Nick, in moving things around is that, you know, a different environment brings different, you know, it makes a different feel to the night instead of, oh, we know what we're going to expect.
Yeah. Yes,
and I think that you know, it doesn't matter what it is at the end of the day or where it is. You know, I just think moving it around is a good part of it, because, you know, different venues bring different flows.
The experience obviously is quite handy, because you can almost see the minute you walk into a venue whether it would be suitable, yes or no. And for example, I don't do any outdoor venues, although there's a lot of them that have offered, you know, around the poolside or whatsoever, but I just don't do it. I don't feel it's good if you're on an event like that and you start sweating and you feel uncomfortable. So it needs to be an indoor setting. I don't need too much of, let's say, sit-down furniture, because that kills the network, that kills the interaction. It needs to have a good, let's say, smoking area for people that smoke, which is still a little bit connected to the venue, etc. Good parking, good accessibility, etc., etc. So, but you know, there's a lot of venues that tick the boxes, but there's also a lot of venues that don't tick the boxes. And but I think at Siam Hotel, we've got a new brainchild there, and I think it will do very well.
Sounds interesting. What about sponsors?
Well, we are very privileged to always be surrounded by sponsors almost. I think they see the benefit of the, let's say, the marketing side of things, and it's a very good tool almost to brand your image. And the current sponsor is Kingdom Property.
Right.
They started last year, and because of, let's say, reasonable good success, because we branded almost their name to the Thai market, they extended their sponsorship throughout this year as well, 2014. And there's a co-sponsor involved, which is Bartercard, for the next event in Pattaya. And so, yeah, people are asking, of course, what's sponsorships like, and you know, it's relatively inexpensive, but you get a lot for it.
Of course, it's very important to the night.
Well, I can't do it without the sponsors.
Exactly.
Can't do it without the sponsors.
Absolutely.
Yeah. At least not in this format, because the format of Movers and Shakers is slightly different than it is from some other network events. Sometimes when I go to a network event, you pay an admission fee, you get 1 or 2 vouchers maybe to drink, and you pay for the rest of your drinks. With Movers and Shakers, you pay a small admission fee, but you have a free flow of food and drinks for like 2.5 hours. And that's relative.
Slightly
different. That's different, yeah. So just in the worst case scenario that I'm stuck without a sponsor, I could change the format around and could say, okay, well, we'll do what other organizers are doing. We'll still showcase a nice venue, but you get, let's say, 2 drinks at the admission fee, and the rest at happy hour rates or something like that.
And remind us, what are the costs going to be? The same as other events?
You would pay at Movers and Shakers 750 baht, or if you have a voucher, you pay 400 baht. These voucher booklets are available for all, and actually very often we give them away as a little incentive. So basically you pay 400 baht to get in.
That's and have you set prices for the Bangkok event yet?
The Impulse event will be 500 baht to get in. You get 2 drink vouchers. Then the rest of the night at Coup d'Etat, you will get a very flat, affordable rate for the rest of the drinks all night long.
No, that sounds very, very reasonable. So we're running low on time, so just let us know, where can we find out more information about these 2 events?
I think best thing to do is to log into your Facebook, search for Movers and Shakers Thailand, and all the information is right there.
And everybody hit it.
Of course.
So that will tell people more about the Bangkok event
as well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's still information sort of coming out.
Yes, and even on Movers and Shakers pages, you will find find information about Impulse as well.
Right.
Very
Right.
active.
Exactly. So that's something for everybody to look out for.
I hope so.
And so that's the Facebook page, Movers and Shakers Thailand. That's
it.
where they can find everything.
Yes.
So, Cees, thank you very, very much for
You're
coming
welcome.
and joining us again. You've been entertaining, so you could very well have the accolade of being our third.
Thanks, Cees.
The only
You're welcome,
three-time
Dave.
guest that we've ever had. Be back soon.